So if you followed our previous coverage, you remember that Dame Dash got the ball rolling when he accused Charlamagne on The Breakfast Club of being Jay-Z's lackey.
I've never heard you say one thing bad about Jay-Z, not one. So I'm thinking to myself, either you got a crush on this man or he's paying you.
And the fact that Jay-Z's casino plans got rejected and Charlamagne wasted no time to do damage control for Jay-Z only fueled Dame Dash's take on Charlamagne. And probably for the first time ever on social media, we saw thousands of hip-hop fans agree with Dame Dash on something. And to make matters worse, Charlamagne failed to mention an important detail during his rant about the casino getting rejected that was exposed by Vanity Fair's article that straight up revealed that Charlamagne was one of the key people that Jay-Z recruited to go to the meetings to support the casino plans, and somehow Charlamagne didn't reveal this detail on The Breakfast Club. And now we got his quote homie out here calling him out for failing to disclose this detail. Charlamagne the God popped by a CAC hearing and expressed his support for the casino.
Oh no.
And now check it out. Academics heartbroken as he finds out in real time that Charlamagne was at the Rock Nation casino meetings. Laughing emojis.
What the hell? Yo, Charlamagne, you gotta tell us that you've been to the meetings when you're reporting about this on The Breakfast Club. We were listening to this shit on The Breakfast Club thinking you ain't been to the meetings. Gang, you gotta tell us like, bruh.
Ben, but I just wonder, how does that state board justify not wanting all those hundreds of millions of dollars being invested into that community? Like, who's gonna make that kind of investment into Times Square in that community now?
Yo, Charlamagne, you got to get a Vanity Fair, man. Yeah, I f with Charlamagne. I don't think I think they're slandering Charlamagne by putting his name in. Charlamagne, you got to get at these because they try to act like, let's be clear. I'm just going to speak directly, and Charlamagne's my, like, you know, I'm not even being like slick or phony or nothing like that. Charlamagne, I don't think you got paid by Rock Nation. Because the person I know you to be, that wouldn't be within your character. From what I know, to take money to push poison to a community and get on the radio and repeat said words to the entire New York City that listens to your show, especially the black community. I don't think you would take money to peddle poison. I don't think so. I don't think you would knowingly do it. But I do want to say your name being in this paragraph where they basically hint that, or they allude to paying for Bill Bratton, who was a former NYPD commissioner. And you could say it's not getting paid for, but they recruited him and he came up with a plan. But the plan is to support their deal. They got Fat Joe who works there. They got Alicia Key who works at Rock Nation. You're not a Rock Nation artist or a person that's represented by them. They then apparently or allegedly turned Aletta Lafargue, who was representing the Tenants Association, into a damn near almost supporter for $20,000 a month. I don't think Charlamagne the God would ever put his reputation in limbo like this. I'm gonna be honest. I hope he clears this up expeditiously. And I'm not being funny. I don't think that there is a dollar sign associated with his thought, but it does look that way and it looks fishy. Because they mention your name in line with a bunch of other people that seemingly have dollar signs associated with their pledge. Wendell Pierce, he's an actor, but it's like a political bill. He signed on after they made a $10 million pledge to support black theaters. No matter what happens, he can say, I got $10 million funded for black theaters. That's why he signed on. They got Al Sharpton, who they made a $15 million pledge to build a civil rights museum. I guarantee that $50 million to build that civil rights museum, that museum was going to be called the Al Sharpton Civil Rights Museum. So he was going to get something out of it. This is why I don't believe Charlamagne was actually, and I hope not, because I don't see what he got, unless it's just for like a little paycheck. It's vague. Charlamagne, I love you. And I look up to you so much, I want you to just clear this up for me, okay?
Now, I don't know why Academics was focused on if Charlamagne got paid by cash. As we all know, there's a million ways to pay a person. And like this person from our last coverage nicely put it, keep in mind, payment doesn't only mean money. If that's too far-fetched for y'all to believe, it means favors, connections, relationships as well. These people be paid. Like there's so many ways to pay a person, like say, writing a recommendation letter to that prestigious private school to get your kids in. Like come on, money doesn't always have to change hands. Or maybe, like Dame Dash suggested, maybe he's got a crush on Jay-Z and no one knows for sure. And in response to Academics calling out Charlamagne to clear his name, just like in the last video, this was met with takes like, Dame wasn't lying when he says Charlemagne never criticizes Jay-Z. And Dame really got the ball rolling with this narrative. At Academics, your boy Charlemagne never got smoke or even criticized Jay-Z ever. Of course, he's on Roc Nation's payroll. And to this, a user expanded. Jay got him fired at his old job, LOL. That's why he doesn't. And I'll have to throw this one over to you guys. Is this true? Can anyone confirm? And before we get to what it was like for Eminem in the early days that often gets the retcon treatment on the internet today, we got to hear from Memphis Bleak on Jay-Z versus Dame Dash, seeing as Dame Dash is reportedly broke right now, all while Jay-Z is a billionaire.
Everybody's saying, man, Hov worth this many billion. Man, he can kick Dame down something and get him out of that situation. Come, man, you know, blah blah blah.
That's not Jay. I'm just letting you know that right now. Shit, I'm his friend. He ain't giving nothing away. To the loved ones, you gotta earn it. You gotta work. And then the person who was chopping at his tree for so long, I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, because he's taking some shots. I mean,
yes.
And it's in a way for me, I mean, you know the situation better than I do, and you know both of them better than I. But it's really sad to see people that were so close together become so far apart.
Yes, and business does that. Now that's why I say money is the root of all evil, man. Money is it changes everything you know. When we sitting here, everything is fine and dandy. You throw a pot of money in, everything changes.
I said I don't really like to go back and forth with Dame because he's helped me so. He's helped me so much.
Yes.
And when somebody helped you, it's hard. But why do you think he's become so resentful?
Man, I think any man that knows they did wrong, before they admit it, they attack. And I think that's the phase he's going through. He's in attack mode right now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then comes the admission and self-guilt later.
Right.
And while some have expanded, neither Memphis Bleak and Tony Yayo interviewed together because they are the definition of loyalty. Some have expanded on how Dame Dash is currently a victim of an outdated mentality that was needed at the start of his career, but is currently working against him. Dame Dash got where he got because of his hard-nosed personality when he was young. It is how he survived and made it. After a while, those who you helped build with it wear thin, and money makes it more difficult to tolerate someone's behavior. It made him, and it literally broke him. Sad. Perhaps he was used to bossing around his associates back then, but after they outgrew him financially, they didn't have to take it anymore. And since then, he's been struggling to cope. And on Jay-Z helping out his former associate, we got split reactions. Man, everyone that had Jay-Z's back isn't even worth $500,000, while he's worth $2 billion. That isn't right. It would be nothing to him to give the guys that rode with him a couple of million to start some businesses together with him. But on the other end, some have fired back with, he doesn't owe him anything. Once you understand that no one owes you anything in life or gives a F about you, then you understand what life is about. Also, you have to be very shrewd/ruthless to get to that billionaire status. Benevolent people don't amass that level of wealth, and you can tell Jigga is ruthless based on a lot of his business moves. This is basically why I always find the idea of a billionaire giving out freebies very laughable. Their freebies are Greek gifts.
Zeus! Zeus!
And this reminds me of the excerpt from the Vanity Fair article when it was revealed that the senator was asked if she wanted to meet Jay-Z and then Beyonce. There's always a catch, some quid pro quo, and Charlamagne looks to know a thing or two about that. And moving on, these days hip-hop fans have retconned history so bad to the point that if you didn't know better, you'd think Dr. Dre took the easy way out when he decided to sign Eminem. But in reality, the people around Dre thought he lost his mind when he decided to sign a white rapper at the time. And we got to hear from Wendy, one of the key figures who helped the likes of Eminem, Tupac, Cash Money, and others in the early days. Check out a snippet from Panda Chop News.
So when you first heard him the first time, what was your immediate reaction?
That he's talented as fuck, but it would be very hard for him to get on because he's white.
So you already knew that fact.
Yes.
And do you think that at that time it was because of like Vanilla Ice and the people previously?
Yeah, and Milli Vanilli had just been stripped of their Grammy. for lip syncing. And M's not somebody who lip syncs. It's just the time that he was trying to come into the industry was not conducive to white rappers.
So 97, you coordinated the Rap Olympics in LA, right?
Kind of for him. Like, my goal was to showcase lyricists and him and create a media frenzy around lyrics with him kind of at the center of it. Because at that point in time, he was doing scribble battles and winning. Like, everything he touched, he was winning. You know, he got coverage in Source magazine, but it wasn't enough to get him a deal. And I was actively shopping a deal for him.
Wow. So at this time, he already had the Slim Shady EP?
It was called Infinite. I don't remember when Infinite came out.
Right.
I thought it was in 98, but I might be wrong. Yeah, you would need to ask somebody in his camp because I really don't remember.
Were the winners decided by judges or crowd reaction?
Crowd reaction.
Crowd reaction, okay. And what was the prize?
Fake Rolexes were the prize.
Fake Rolexes?
Yes.
How did you decide on fake Rolexes?
Because the people that were sponsoring Rap Olympics never put up their money. The sponsors never came through. And back then, it was very easy to find bootleg Rolexes that looked real, but we never said they were real. Like, we always said that the prize was bootleg Rolexes. And then the second prize was whatever team came in second would go on the Wake Up Show with Sway and Tech.
Oh, wow.
And my team came in second, so they got to go on the Wake Up Show.
And it is crazy because some users clearly missed the point of what Wendy Day meant by Milli Vanilli lip syncing. As the user expanded with, M did indeed lip sync at one point. I had pit tickets when he did the Anger Management Tour, and he was doing it. And this has got nothing to do with what Wendy Day was talking about. Milli Vanilli never sang on their studio recordings. Other vocalists did the actual singing for them on the records. They were pretty much the faces to perform and lip sync other vocalists, and Eminem rapping over his own recordings and Milli Vanilli performing other people's vocals aren't even in the same universe. And that will be all for today, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.